Accents. Accents. They're such interesting things, aren't they? Okay, so I was asked where my accent is from and that I have an interesting accent. Funny, because I get that quite often. I was born in Chicago, and I live in Indianapolis now. So I've kind of been a Midwesterner all my life. I think really my accent is probably more affected by other people. But I will tell you a funny story. When I was, this was probably 4 or 5 years ago, I had a client who was like 14 or 15 at the time, and he came in to see me, and we were talking about stuff, and he goes, "You have a really interesting accent." And I said, "I do?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Wow, that's interesting because I don't hear that I have an accent." He goes, "You don't hear that you have an accent?" And I said, "No, not really." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Well, what does it sound like?" And he goes, "Do you want me to imitate it for you?" And I go, "Well, yeah, I guess." And he goes, "Okay." He goes, "It's kind of like, whatever, girl." And I just was like ashen. It was like, I felt like I was 14 again in high school and somebody was making fun of me because of my voice. My voice is something that I've hated all of my life. I've always been mocked by people because of my voice. You know, and people always talk about, like, things they hate about themselves, like, oh, they'll say, "I hate my eyes," or "I hate my nose," or "I hate my weight," or my height, or whatever. I really, really hated my voice for so long until we started doing, like, television and radio spots, and then I really got to hear my voice and hear that what I hear, like, you know when you listen to yourself in, like, the voicemail or whatever, you're like, that doesn't sound like me. I know that what I hear now recorded sounds like me. Like, it doesn't sound any different than what I hear right now coming out of my mouth. So I think it was a realization of, like, what my voice really sounds like. And I know what my voice really sounds like today. And I've had to kind of accept it and realize it's part of myself and that it's unique and it's different and it's effeminate and it's girly and twangy, and there's not a whole lot that I can do about it. Do I wish I had some really butch, masculine, deep voice? Absolutely. You know, I think it would have made things easier for me as I was growing up. I don't really feel inside like who I am matches my voice, so that's hard as well. But, you know, we can't do really a whole lot about our accents. They are what they are. And I think like anything else, you have two choices. You can change that, or you can accept the fact of whatever it is that you don't like about yourself and move on. I could go to great lengths to change my voice, you know, and practice speaking on a different, you know, or whatever, and it's not going to do anything. I mean, it's going to take me years to get to a different voice or whatever. You know, the whole kind of My Fair Lady kind of idea. But I'm not willing to put that into it. If somebody else has an issue with my voice, that's their issue, not mine today. You know, even up to 4 or 5 years ago when that kid did that to me, that hurt. It hurt a lot because it was a reminder of things in my past, but today I choose not to let those things bother me. So that's how I feel about accents. I think accents are cool. You know, my husband is from Venezuela. He has a, well, it's more when he talks to his family, he has more of a Latino accent that comes out. He doesn't think so. I think it's extremely charming and sexy, and I love it. I think people's accents are interesting, whether you're from New Jersey or Maryland or West Coast or, you know, Europe or wherever you are. I think it's part of your character, and I think it's something that makes you different. I also like when people have spaces between their teeth. I think that's really hot. I like when people have, like, birthmarks in their hair that are white. I think that's really hot, and I wish I had one of those. I like cowlicks in people's hair and, you know, widow's peaks. And so I think that those things are all things that make us different, and they're character things about us that make us different. So what are things that you like about other people that are different, or things that make them different, set them apart? Because I think when we start embracing our differences is when we start seeing each other as individuals, and we can love those different things about each other instead of being conformist and always picking apart what somebody else and how they're different from us. So I just want to know what it is about other people, like their differences, that you think is sexy or hot. Okay? Bye.